In 1974, Francis Ford Coppola opened with a surveillance operation that would look almost absurd today. An entire team deploying a massive effort, trying to hear two people talk.
You had a much better track if you paid more attention to the recording, less attention to what they were talking about.
Privacy had a protection we rarely talk about. Surveillance was expensive. Watching one person required work, and that is exactly what the next 50 years would slowly remove. Harry still had to follow you. Soon, the system wouldn't need Harry at all.
Look, it's right here. Two separate $70,000 deposits on the same day.
Then your behavior became valuable.
It's the Truman Show!
Yeah! Good morning!
Good morning.
Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Suddenly, watching everyone wasn't paranoia. It was business.
Why don't you let me fix you some of this new Mococo drink? All natural cocoa beans from the upper slopes of Mountain Nicaragua, no artificial sweeteners.
What the hell are you talking about?
And then came the real upgrade. Data stopped explaining what you did and started predicting what you'd do next. But there was still one last barrier.
Do you think you behave better or worse when you are being watched?
They had to collect the data.
From now on, I'll be wearing a modified sea change camera at all times.
Until we started handing it over ourselves.
I'm going fully transparent.
Well, maybe not in the bathroom.
But before all of that, you needed someone like Harry Call. Harry makes his living knowing things other people believe are private. Outside work, he becomes almost paranoid about his own life. His landlord gets inside his apartment to leave him a birthday gift, and Harry is not touched by the gesture. He wants to know how she got through the door. That scene tells you everything about him. Harry understands something his targets do not. A private moment stays private only until somebody develops a way to capture it. But look again at that opening surveillance job. Harry needs a target. He needs a location, he needs technicians, he needs equipment. Most importantly, he needs somebody willing to pay for all of it. If nobody has a reason to care about you, Harry probably never appears in your life. But what if watching you stops being something a person does?
Well, let's see how long it takes you to find me. Thank you very much, let's go.
And becomes something the environment can do. In 1998, Enemy of the State takes that exact fear and scales it up.
Holy...
A hidden camera recorded the crime.
None of this goes beyond us. We don't need any more problems, do we?
Robert Dean does not begin this movie as some international spy. He is a lawyer. Evidence connected to a political murder lands in his possession without him even realizing it. His home is bugged, his calls intercepted, his movements tracked, until even his own belongings become surveillance devices.
Get up.
Because the things around him have become tracking devices. Compare that with Harry Call. Harry needed an operation to capture one conversation. That is the leap Enemy of the State adds. Enemy of the State is about systems making you watchable.
And what does that mean?
You speak English?
Obviously not that well.
Kind of a jerk, aren't you? It means the NSA can read the time off your fucking wristwatch.
And today, that distinction matters. In 2024, the U.S. Federal Trade Commission examined major social media and video services and found extensive collection of personal information from users, activity on the services, and outside sources. The FTC described the overall practices as vast surveillance used to monetize personal information. The point is that your information can now exist before anyone decides that you are worth investigating. But Enemy of the State still leaves us with one huge problem.
Is this about me? Am I a target here? Do they know me?
Who is Dave?
Dean is being watched because he accidentally possesses something powerful people desperately want.
You have something they want!
But why collect information about millions of completely ordinary people? Another movie released in 1998 gives us the missing answer: The Truman Show.
It's a bad time, okay? I'm way behind.
I'm onto something, Marlon. Something big.
Truman is just an ordinary insurance salesman living an ordinary life.
Good driver. Good driver.
The difference is, millions of people are watching every second, and that changes everything. He is not being watched because he is dangerous, but because he is valuable.
Everyone you knew was pretending.
Hi, honey. Look what I got at the checkout. Dishwasher safe.
That's amazing.
There is one scene that exposes the entire machine in seconds. He is starting to understand that something about his world is deeply wrong, and he decides to confront his wife. And suddenly,
Why don't you let me fix you some of this new Mococo drink? All natural cocoa beans from the upper slopes of Mountain Nicaragua, no artificial sweeteners.
Truman looks at her like any real person would.
Who you talking to?
I've tasted other cocos. This is the best.
His marriage has advertising inventory inside it.
Always.
And how's your lovely wife?
Look what I got free at the checkout. It's a chef's pal. It's a dicer, grater, peeler all in one. Never need sharpening, dishwasher safe.
That is a beer.
Truman adds the missing piece. Surveillance becomes profitable.
There's no point trying to explain it, but a lot of strange things have been happening.
Everyone becomes worth watching. That is exactly the incentive the FTC later found behind large-scale data collection for targeted advertising. But knowing what you like is only step one. What if the data could predict what you'll do next? Minority Report is remembered for pre-crime, the system that arrests people for murders predicted before they happen. But one of the movie's most revealing predictions is much smaller.
Hello, Mr. Yakamoto. Welcome back to the Gap. How those assorted tank tops work out for you?
In Minority Report, Anderton walks through a mall and the ads recognize him by name. The system isn't just watching where he goes, it's using what it knows to shape what he sees. That's the leap. Surveillance becomes profiling. Not, what did you do, but what are you likely to do next? Minority Report gets us remarkably close to today, but its world still has one major difference. Enter the Circle. The Circle does something clever almost immediately. It makes surveillance useful. The company introduces SeeChange, tiny connected cameras that can be placed almost anywhere and transmit video continuously.
Imagine the human rights implications. Activists no longer have to hold up a camera. Now it's as easy as gluing a camera to a wall, and actually, we've done just that.
Then May goes kayaking alone at night. She gets into trouble. Her kayak capsizes. But the cameras saw her. Rescue services are alerted, and May survives. Stop there. The surveillance just worked. It provided a real benefit. And that is much closer to the bargain people actually face. Share your location, and somebody can find your lost phone. Upload your contacts, and suddenly everybody is easier to find. These are not imaginary benefits, which is exactly why the trade becomes difficult.